Gordy Coder here with a tutorial on spin theory and just basically concepts of spinning to unlock the infiniteness of freestyle, if that's a word. But basically every spin that can be done in a couple different ways. You can do the same spins with your right and your left hand, and you can do the same spins downwards or upwards, or in the case of horizontal spins, left and right, or you could have it in a different grip. This is front grip, that's back grip, and you can do every spin in either. Three vertical spins you have are far, which is the medium circle. You can go as far as you can extend outward to as far as you can reach back. And you can do the reverse of that as well. And then you have the center lane, which is right here. You can go as far as you want, just don't hit yourself. It's a very dangerous lane, and you can reverse that as well. And then you have your far side, which is your biggest circle. And it's very small in here, but Jesus. You can pivot with three parts. You can pivot, well, four parts. You can pivot with your shoulder, you can pivot with your elbow, you can pivot with your wrist, and you can pivot with the end of the chuck for very tight pivot. Or you can mix it up, you know? And then you can make different speeds, but you have, on the three spins, you have downward anti-spin, then the reverse, and then that anti-spin. And you have the same thing in the center. You have the basic circle, and then you have a circle like this, and then that anti-spin, which is kind of difficult. And then you have the reverse, and that anti-spin. Same with over here. Downwards anti-spin, and upwards anti-spin. And with every circle, you also have, well, I guess it could be considered a box as well. You have 3 point across. You have middle circle, and you have one up here, one down here, one here, and one here. And I guess you could say you have one here, one there, and one there. And you can travel between those any possible way you can think of. It's really all about your imagination. And you can do all of these in this grip, which is a significant challenge for me. My elbows get in the way. And you also have your behind spin. You have spins that go behind you, and you can do it behind your back like this, and you can come around completely and even go all the way down there and then bring it up. So you have that behind plane, which isn't really much of a plane because you can't completely circle it. And a way to change planes, you can change. See, this is the far circle, near circle, far to near, figure 8. And like I said, you can pivot in different parts. So pivoting on just the elbow, pivoting on the shoulder, pivoting on the shoulder with a pivot on the chuck itself, or just pivoting on the chuck. So you can really mess with it. And say you're doing this spin, right? Anywhere from this part of the circle, you can translate to this part, to this side, changing planes. So anywhere in this section where you can do a figure eight. You can simply jump over to the next track, basically. It's like a train changing tracks. And you can do it while moving around. See, when you're standing still looking in one direction, you have basically a sphere of where your chuck can outline. So you're just, anywhere this end of the chuck can go is that part of the sphere. And before I talk about that, I'll talk about horizontal spin. So you have a spin like this, which is pointed down, I guess you could say it's pointed down. And you can do it anywhere and however low you want. You really can't see it, but you can just do it on the floor. And you get it in all these different areas below a certain point. So this is my limit, and then I have to switch to this one. And this one can go low to a certain point. And you have, instead of an anti-spin and regular spin, you have left and right spins because it's horizontal. So you have an overhead anti-spin, I guess. And so anywhere in this zone, you can go down all the way or up all the way. And it's kind of like a cylinder, with this being the top of the cylinder and this being the bottom of the cylinder. And anywhere within that cylinder, you can bounce it off walls of the cylinder. You can just travel anywhere within there. And once you get the horizontal spins and the vertical spins, then you can get into diagonal spins. And those as well draw a circle in the sphere. So this diagonal spin in this sphere, once you become comfortable with your surroundings and your trucking, can expand to infinite because you can move anywhere. So you could have it spinning over here and then have it travel all the way across the room, or have it spinning here and have it go forward, run it real, like a propeller forward, or spinning it back, propelling back, or like any number of things you can do. And it's infinite. It really gets funky with doubles. So you have all the basic flowers. Then you have the anti-spins. And then you can choose to spin this one downwards and this one upwards. And you have butterfly spins. Bring those into the center and you have a butterfly buzzsaw. With doubles, I haven't practiced much of this, but you can spin this one like this, and this one, it's hard to do. It's like rubbing your head and patting your stomach, but you can spin this one like that, and that one like this, have this one go up and down, while this one goes side to side. Again, never practiced, well, it's very difficult. Well, not most people, but when some people perform, they don't think about the audience or the camera, which is sometimes a good thing. I mean, you get in the flow and you don't want to think about a camera. But if you know where the camera is, then you can manipulate what it's seeing. It looks much better to the camera's point of view what you're doing. Freestyle is your gift to the audience. I know some people do it just for fun and some people watch it, but it really is your artistic expression being jettisoned into their minds. Yep.